Touring South Africa is often the pinnacle of side season. It is where they target where they should be in their season, and it's where they look for their hardest matches to come from. Today is the second of the Highlanders tour matches in South Africa, and they'll be looking to do their best to come away with as many points as they can. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the Highlanders career mode, where we are at Kings Park Stadium for this match against the Sharks, and what could be a telling position on how the Highlanders season could finish up. Of course, a finals match here could be extremely interesting with the South African teams involved. The Highlanders have been in phenomenal form, but we'll cover them soon. First off, we'll have a look at the Sharks, and they've pulled in a lot of players throughout the season, throughout the off-season, but have kept a lot of their talent within as well. The likes of Lam and Herbst new to the team in the front row. Du Plessis, though, is a mainstay of the side. They've also kept hold of another big player. Kankowski and Daniel are big names. The interesting thing about this side is the placement of Jordan at number 9, a scrum half, is very, very interesting, and Latapi at number 10, the Frenchman, will be interesting to see how he goes there as well. We also have a new man at outside centre, Laulala, and Morgan at fullback could be an interesting addition if the Sharks can gel with all these changes. They are going all right though in South African Conference, but they need to keep on winning, especially at home like this, if they're going to keep their season on the right track. Well, we all know far too well how good the Highlanders are going this season. Calls that they're too good for the competition and that other sides just cannot compete. We have had some interesting calls for squads for this week's match, so for any of you who did comment about what squad we should put out for tonight's match against the Sharks, here you go. This is a bit of a look at the team that some of you have put together. So thank you for those comments, and I hope you enjoyed to see how this team goes tonight. So the changes are like this. Tumunga Allen and Franks will be propping up with Afoa at hooker. Yes, that's right, John Afoa. If any of you are familiar with him, you know that he is adept at playing in the middle of the front row. Not his strongest position, but still a very good idea to see how he will test out against a strong opposition like the Sharks. It is the all-South African second row of S.4 and Du Plessis, and a bit of a mix-up here with the back row. Moen, Armitage and Warburton filling those spots. It's Smith and Smith at 9 and 10. Williams and North will be the centres with Osborne and Flau on the wings, and Robbie Robinson will look to spark some action into his life from number 15 at fullback. As always, Ben Smith will captain the side. Robbie Robinson will be doing the kicking, and it will be a massive test for some of these players in this position. So let's get down to the match. We are all set to go for kickoff. Well, the Highlanders have a test here. Their season has been a bit of a formality so far. They've just been destroying everyone, and it's almost as if teams need to really catch up here. Highlanders in the blue, Sharks in the black. We are underway. Kickoff is straight down the left side for the Sharks. And there's Bresler getting a ball nicely. Away to Du Plessis. And he goes through about 4 tacklers. What an outstanding run from him. Roops takes it to ground eventually for the Sharks. And they'll have the ball here. They go. Jordan, very good ball runner, but playing a scrum half, I'm not sure how he's going to adapt to that. He gets his first run out of the way. And Kankowski will play it back. Oh, big shot there on Latapi. And he goes to crashing heap on the floor. Highlanders look to turn over, and they will just do that. This is good. Here's Warburton. He'll get the ball away to Du Plessis. It's all sorts of nationalities. Oh, a big high tackle on Franks. And trouble here as well. It's a yellow card. This could be damaging to the Sharks. I think that's Du Plessis as well. Oh, of course it has to be. Who else would get a yellow card from the Sharks but Bismarck Du Plessis? Such a good player that gets himself in such sticky situations. Robbie Robinson could make it 3-0 very early on here. Steps up right in front. He's swinging it. It's gone away. And it will be the Sharks who will run this out. Oh, the ball's fallen free. Good tackle there on Whitehead. Eventually it still comes out as Bresler finally takes it to ground for the Sharks. I'll set it up here. Jordan, he'll have a bit of a scamper. He gets half through a Ben Smith tackle, but goes to ground. Still inside their 22. They go away to Daniel. Slips it in nicely. And Neville's the one who takes it up over the signage on the field. And Volvo, short ball. Oh, big tackle there on Whitehead from none other than Sonnybill Williams. Now he's Herbst. Good ball over the top. A chance here. And Tarulala goes straight into the tackle. Oh, Aaron Smith turns over. And now he throws it to no one. Melbourne has to fall on it. And that could have been a big chance for the Highlanders. Franks. Oh, there's Franks straight through the middle. Looks outside and it's going to be Osborne. And Osborne will open up. That is an exceptional break from Franks. He has set up his winger. What a superb play between the front rower and the winger. Well, we go back to Tanulala, who could have and should have put away a break for the Sharks. How often do you see Franks put away a fly half? That was a great run from the big man. And we have the perfectionist finisher, Patrick Osborne, out there ready and waiting. Aaron Smith just looked like he got up from a heavy hit as well. And it's gone away. Latapi, there's no chance at all for him. So interesting times here for the fly half, Latapi. How's he going to come back from this? The miss from Robinson proving not too costly. Yes, they've eventually scored a try out of it. And he could make it 7, although he would have loved that penalty to open his account. Here comes the conversion. And the flags go up for the fullback. A great kick from Robbie Robinson. It is 7-0, and here we go. Bismarck du Plessis returning to the paddock. His team has conceded 7. Possibly feeling lucky it could have been more. So the Sharks back to halfway. We'll resume this matchup. And the Tuppy goes high. Oh, good chance here, but Moen has gobbled that up and thrown it away. Now there's a bus, Herbst. He's got a pick. It's going to go. Oh, good defense. Exceptional defense. And Tidulala has been taken into touch. Oh, that was something special from the Highlanders defensively. Line out. Goes to Itzabeth. Finds Ben Smith as he pops it up. Oh, intercepted! And it's going to be a try! Surely! And Volvo! He'll get it down! The Sharks hit back! It's 7-5 kick to come. And Volvo scores for the Sharks. Mistake from the Highlanders. Here we go. This is where we'll see it. Ben Smith hit the line. Short he goes. Intercepted. And that was the man we've probably criticised already too much. Latapi, who has eventually got the intercept that leads to the try against his opposite as well. Ben Smith with the pass. Latapi caught it, fired it straight out to Volvo, who took out 2 tacklers and put that ball down beautifully for the Sharks. So who's going to do the kicking here? It is Latapi who will do it. The Frenchman for the Sharks. He needs this as well. Keep them in the game. Steps up, strikes it. That's not bad at all. That is a good kick. It looked a little bit left side, but it did correct itself. And that is a very nice kick. And the Sharks equalise here. 24 gone. It is 7-all. And, well, we have some good matchup going on here. The Highlanders not getting their way with everything so far in this match. As down it goes, and Kankowski takes that in. Here's Bismarck du Plessis, who shrugs off Chance du Plessis. Eventually goes in the touch, tackled by Franks, but the du Plessis clash right there, that's something we've been waiting for. So line out for the Highlanders. Just outside the 22. Here's S.4 testing his range. Oh, that's beautiful. Ben Smith running deep. Williams offloads nicely to Folau. Here's Israel Folau. Comes, oh, big tackle at the back from Morgan. That is a cruncher. And look at this from the Sharks. They'll turn this over. Short they go. Oh, Lam is pulled back. Release. And that's a big hit back, taking him just a couple metres from his own line. And the Highlanders will get this back. What way do they go? Left or right? Williams, good tackle. He offloads, intercepted. And the Sharks live again. Oh, knocked on. And Tumo Rowland has jumped on that one.
Advantage over.
Advantage is over. Aaron Smith fires a big ball wide. Here's Osborne. has been smashed from Involvo. Aaron Smith again, Warburton. Oh, he was very close, straight through nearly. He's a bit isolated. Needs some friends. Won't get it from the Highlanders, and he'll lose the ball again. Daniel passing to Whitehead. Oh, knocked on again. Big mistakes here from the Sharks. And you would imagine here, the Highlanders have to cash in. They go into Osborne. Osborne and Volvo gets it down. Patrick Osborne with 2. Wow, that is proving to be some matchup at the moment. Patrick Osborne versus Involvo. It is sitting currently, well, pretty even, although Osborne has a couple of tries. Involvo just one. Ball from Mullen Armitage, there it is. Osborne for the corner, just had the head start he needed on Involvo, and gets the try for the Highlanders. Mistakes aplenty, it had to come. How many knock-ons there were from the Sharks when they really needed to push that ball out of their 22. It's probably a passage where they'll look back and say, that could be where we lose this game. Mistakes just 10 out from your line, especially knock-ons, are not something that's really go towards a match-winning performance. We're heading towards half-time here. Robinson strikes us off very nicely indeed. Robbie Robinson, that is a good kick. The Highlanders lead 14 points to 7, and we will have time for a restart. Latabi at halfway for the Sharks. Their performance has been inconsistent at best. We'll be back underway here. Half-time ringing as Mullen flies very high. Here's Ben Smith. Oh, a chance for him. He's got our forward in support. Now he gets some good friends as well who put in some hard yards. Gets the ball back for Aaron Smith. He's got, oh no! Another bad tackle in Volvo this time. And the captain cannot believe his eyes. Hand in the pocket. Yellow card. Dreadful stuff from Involvo. He's gone, and he was a very key man. Robinson, he'll tap it, and he'll look to North. Not first real touch. Here's Williams. Oh, bust through one. Somehow throws it out the back door. Ben Smith, away to our far. Here's a big hooker, running. Oh, fending. Away he goes. What a sensational play from John Alfar. That is pure class. How many hookers, or front rowers for that matter, do you see ever do something quite as sensational as that? Loose ball, Ben Smith bullet, up forward into a hole. Here comes Morgan. Get out of here, he says. The chase coming in from Neville. He didn't have the speed, and our forward showed a great touch for the big man to push himself through that 50-metre run. Absolutely outstanding. Fends off the fullback. Get out of here. And scampers away. What a killer blow right on half-time. Wow, the Sharks will be kicking themselves. They should have not given away that free kick, and they should have kicked that ball out. They're down. They need something back on their side, and now they're going to go to the break even further behind. 19-7, kick to come. Here it is, and it's 21-7. Trouble for the Sharks. They'll get their man back in Volvo at half-time. But the lead is looking nice at 14 points. Where do the Sharks go from here? They've shown glimpses that they can hack it with the best team in the comp, but at the moment, they're not showing the consistency required. So at halftime, it is 21-7. The Highlanders over the Sharks, 61% possession and 65% territory, both to the Highlanders. That is pretty dominant. They've conceded, of course, the 2 penalties. The Highlanders have only made 4 line breaks, and they've scored 3 tries. That will definitely please them in the halftime sheds. Handling errors 3-4. The Sharks, well, definitely made a lot worse mistakes in their own 22. That's the killer. That second try should have never been scored. They got the ball, did the hard work, but should have kicked it away. That is where they ruined it, and the Highlanders are just growing in confidence with these new roles, and they are just getting stronger as the match wears on. Let's get back down to the second half. Kickoff looks ready to go. So something to give here for the Sharks. They're at home. The Highlanders struggling in South Africa, of course. Got the win last week over the Stormers, but there's just always that stigma around playing in South Africa that just struggles with these teams from New Zealand and Australia. Here's It's a Beef. finds Ben Smith. He floats it wide, and here's Sonny Bill Williams looking to go around, and Volvo puts in a great tackle. Aaron Smith again passes away to Franks, who's looking to replicate what was just done before. Out the back door, an interceptor from Kankowski. He slips it up for Whitehead. Ben Smith gets it back. And there is this open slot, the ball throwing around everywhere, and here's a knock on. Aaron Smith with the mistake. Sharks have the advantage, and they're right on the Highlanders 22 now. Short ball, Bismarck Duplessis, beautifully, away from Volvo, away from Robinson, and he's in for another. Oh, very special play from Volvo. He's got the Sharks second, and he's got them back in this match. That is why they needed him on the field. Look how clever this was. It was 4-on-2. He got away from Beef, outpaced Robinson, and outpaced Osborne. And that matchup between Osborne and Volvo is absolutely stunning at the moment. What was Osborne doing? I don't know, but he was way off his man, and he's cost himself and his team conceding another try. And this is a great chance here for the Sharks to come back. Just give the ball to Volvo. There's no question about it. He is electric tonight. Points on offer for the Sharks, though. Still conversion here, and of course, bonus points if they can't get the win. They need to stay in touch at least to get the bonus point for being within 7, as another conversion is nailed. It is 21-14 Highlanders with a 7-point lead over the Sharks. So this matchup is getting very tight, very tense. The Highlanders will want another try. They'd love a bonus point here to get their season just ticking on even more. Here's Whitehead, goes for a run through the middle, and a good chance there for Laulala. Sharks set it up again. They got numbers and space out here on the right. They slip it in field. Good ball, good pass. Finds it there, and it's Neville getting away. A chance here, Tanadula. Oh, big high tackle from Robbie Robinson. Tunulala is going just about all the way himself. He was just cut down. And here comes some changes as well. Tommy Afuna on the field. Ritalik on, as well as Falatau, Gordy, Sopawanga, Savia, and Stowers all making their way onto the field. So a penalty here, and yeah, I was going to say this has to be a shot at goal here for the Sharks. Could get themselves within 4 of the Highlanders. Here's a kick. Here is a 3. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. Can you believe it? And it's been picked up beautifully from Herbst. Oh, but Armitage steals it. And now the counter-attack's on. Oh, Savia busts through one and throws it into touch. Oh, no, it's by the Sharks. Whitehead with the mistake. Well, should have been out by the Highlanders. Dreadful call. Well, dreadful decision, possibly, from Whitehead. Here's the throw-in. Ritalik now on the field, and Gordy flings it out. Armitage hits the line, and Sopawanga tries to slither between the 2 centres. Can't get through. Gordy, he'll run it away, and he runs through a half gap and gets taken down. Plenty of forwards on hand for his support. And it sets up once again. Here's Alfoa, the speedy hooker. Pops it over the top for Williams. Throws a desperate pass, and Sopawanga just gets it in. Still the Highlanders on their own line almost. Alfoa fires it wide for Stowers. Here's Stowers on the field for just a minute, and he's been taken out without the ball. That is a dreadful play, but here's a counter-attack. Morgan through one, goes down, and turned over from Sonny Bill Williams. What a freakish player he is. Here's Franks, and here goes Tommy Afuna. He throws an intercept ball, and here we go. What a run! It's the party, and he goes up to the 22. Oh, what a run from Latapi. He just about did it for the Sharks. Here's a ball in field, and it's a chance for Laulala. Slips it in. It's going for Neville. Neville's taken down. Highlanders looking for the ball. It's Gordy who's picked it up, and he runs sideways, looking for some support, someone to bust away. Forward to Savia. Savia up to the 22, and he throws in field, but he's gone into touch. Julian Savia. Could have been a chance. The Highlanders need it as some changes come on. Wheeler making his way on the field for the Sharks. Many others, I'm sure, at this stage of the match as well. Genevris is off. Wheeler is on. And it's a line out for Duplessis. To the floor, stolen from Metallic. That's killer. And Armitage is going to pump this. Oh, straight up in the air. That's coming down. And it's a touch from the Sharks. Big mistake from Morgan. Possibly the first thing he's done wrong all night. He's been sensational, but possibly could that be the decisive action of the match? Turnover line out, and a big punt from Armitage. Here's Gordy. He'll run it. Gordy, the little scrum half, going up to the 22. Where's his big man behind him? No, they're far too slow. And the ball comes around, and Tadulala. Armitage all over him like an oily rag. It's Sopuanga. Oh, his pass is intercepted. Wheeler comes away. Daniel goes to ground. Ball recycling coming up for the Sharks. A run again. Jordan slips it back. Wheeler taken nicely from Duplessis. Another run again from the scrum half. Jordan. Daniel slips it up. Oh, big tackle on Lam as they look out to the golden man of the match. It is a Volvo who's just taken. Good tackle that time from Osborne. Time is ticking. A chance here is beckoning for the Sharks. Kankowski. Brutal runner. Both teams would love another try for such different reasons. Here's Wheeler. Slips it back nicely inside and outside. Eventually it is Daniel that goes into contact. Highlanders. Oh, they might get this ball, and they do. Are they going to risk it for a bonus point? Give it to Savia, and Savia. Oh, advantage to the Sharks, and Stellers will kick this away. Should have passed it. Could have been a decisive ball. So I presume we're going back for a forward pass. Doesn't look forward to me. But it will be the end of the match. Well, I thought they should have played their penalty for the Sharks. They are appealing it to the ref. But he is not interested. The Highlanders have come to Kings Park and they have taken the 4 points here tonight. It was a good match, an entertaining match. But in the end, it is the champions who are too good once again. It was an absolute showpiece between Volvo and Osborne. That's how it ended up. John Uffel's try was simply sublime. Best try from a front rower you will ever see. The Sharks' 2 tries were converted from Latapi. He played all right as well. 2 conversions from 2 attempts. But it was Robbie Robinson on the other side who got 3 of his 3 to give the Highlanders a 21-14 win over the Sharks. So a bonus point for the Sharks for coming within 7. Full-time stats a lot closer than what they were at halftime. The Highlanders having to work a lot more for their possession and ball. Handling errors did very much mount up in the second half. 12 in the end to 3. I'm pretty sure it was 4-3 at halftime. So the Sharks immaculate in the second half. Tackles were high. Look at that, 106 for the match. That's always big over that 100 mark. The penalties cost the Sharks early on, but they came back nicely. A couple yellow cards as well, but they just about did enough to win that match. Mayfield are robbed. Highlanders butchered a lot of chances, but in the end they got the win they required with a new look side as well. So thank you for whoever it was that suggested that team, and feel free to anyone else who wants to do the same. Let's check out the table and see who we have in store for next week. So there's been about 3 matches since the Sharks went down 21-14 to the Highlanders. That is their final match in South Africa as well. They return home for round 14. The Blues have taken out the Reds by 7, 26-19, and the Western Force, a very close one, 28-25 over the Cheetahs. The Chiefs put in a thrashing display, taking out the Lions 55-3, and that is the Highlanders versus the Crusaders South Island derby match for round 14, match number 1. Let's check out the standings now, though, in the 3 conferences, and it is the Highlanders 11 from 11, but tested tonight against the Sharks. 5 bonus points. They're on 49, Blues 36, Crusaders 29, Chiefs 26, and Hurricanes at the bottom on 19. In South Africa, it's the Bulls who lead the way. The Sharks still doing alright. They're on 38. They grabbed another bonus point for themselves. Stormers on 26 and the Cheetahs and the Lions. Wow, look at that. Cheetahs have 2 bonus points now for losing within 7. In Australia, the Brumbies lead the way. Only that one blemish where they got thrashed by the Highlanders. The Reds sit second over half the points of the Brumbies, and the Waratahs third on 22, 4-16, and the Woeful Rebels on 8. So that sets us up nicely for round 14. The Highlanders finally returning home to face what is possibly their neighbour rivals, the Crusaders. That is going to be a big one. The Crusaders sit third. They are 20 points behind the Highlanders, but a win over the Highlanders could lift their spirits so much and will give them a boost as well towards the Blues, who are looking comfortable at the moment in the second position. Highlanders Crusaders, round 14 of the Career Mode 2017 Super Rugby season. Thank you all for tuning in and watching today's match. Hope you enjoyed the fixture, and of course, just like today's match, if you have any suggestions or ideas for the starting 15 for our next match against the Crusaders, be sure to leave that in the comments or even leave it to me on Twitter, wherever you want, wherever you can get a hold of me. Feel free to submit some ideas, some different things for the Highlanders to try out, because who knows when an injury could even happen. We've been pretty lucky with injuries, really. The Highlanders really haven't had many injuries at all. But that is the next match, and now that I've said that, we'll probably get about 6 in the next game. But no worries. Highlanders Crusaders, round 14, Super Rugby. I'll be there, and I hope to see you there too. Thank you for watching, and take care.